love is the best thing in the world. I think regardless of religion or cultural background, women or man or age, we all think love is the best thing. Is everybody agreeing on that?
Yeah.
But love isn't always up here, is it? Children are born sick, people die too early in cancer, in car accidents, my wife can run away with a tennis teacher in moments, and love can be as horrible as the most horrible things that we can experience in life. So even though it has all these amazing risks and threats and horrible things that can happen to us, it doesn't make us even close to the highs when we're sitting there looking into the eyes of our loved ones, drinking a glass of champagne when the sun sets, or when we take our first kiss up in our hands. And when love is good, it's so good that all the horrors are taken away. So what's the second best thing in the world?
Money.
No, I would definitely not agree. But the way to get there, it's entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is amazing. Because entrepreneurship is the love for yourself. The ability to love yourself. Because if you don't trust yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't have the courage to go for your dreams and do what you really want, to dress as you please, to work with what you want, if you don't have that self-confidence, you can never become an entrepreneur, and then you can never become truly happy. So the second most beautiful thing in the world is entrepreneurship. But entrepreneurship, just like love, has unions, and we have social democracy, and we have suppliers that can supply, and purchasers who don't pay, and thousands of different moments when you send your employees away on vacation, and while you're going to work on Christmas, or when you see a product in the window, or when after 10 years take your first vacation with your kids, those moments when you feel, I've done it, I was right, and all these blood naysayers, I've proven wrong. Those moments are second to love. Does any entrepreneur here agree with me? No one? Yeah, couple. Good. So, I'm going to talk a little about innovation and technology, and how it's going to, you're all wondering, who's the idiot who uses this anymore? I am. Think about how's technology going to evolve. I can't see the time. How's the technology going to evolve over the next couple of years? What does it mean for innovation? What does it mean for individuals, for entrepreneurs? How are we going to be able to become entrepreneurs, succeed as entrepreneurs? Well, I think it is going to be absolutely exponential. I really fundamentally hope so, because everybody else is talking about sustainability, that we cannot consume so much, we have to pull down, we can't be greedy, and we can't be this and that. Greed works, it cuts through, it's clarified. Greed is the essence of all blah blah blah. That was the leader speech from Wall Street Journal. Obviously, I don't believe in that. But I can understand people who are greedy, working in banks and other weird institutions. I can understand people who do something to get the right wife in India. I can understand people who do it just to prove themselves because they were bullied when they were kids. I can understand people doing things because they want to change and help the world. To me, I do not care what motivates an individual to create things. Because I fundamentally believe in entrepreneurship and in problems being the source of fuel for entrepreneurs. And I am convinced that the more we grow, the faster we grow, the more we expand, the more we achieve, the faster we will create the carbon dioxide eating machine and the new polar ice freezing machine. And we will solve all problems just like making all these plastic materials by sugar. I'm a fundamental optimist that way. So the internet, or what it's done in the last 5,000 days, because that's all we've had the internet. 5,000 days ago, we could have said, I was worried there. 5,000 days ago, I was taken up at the beginning of April 1996 on a stage, and they said, so Johan, it was in the media days of Årjäng in northern Sweden, and they said, Johan, can you tell us what do you think the mobile telephone is going to become over the next 10 years? And I said, well, I think it's going to be about this size, it's going to have a camera, a video camera, you'll be able to do video telephony, you'll be able to send video movies to each other, you'll be able to surf the net to get access to all information, and people were laughing, and my God, is it crazy. It's all there today. The other day I saw, for the first time since I did this on stage presentation, something I had not anticipated. I saw the LG camera with a 3D camera on a cellular phone. That's amazing. And I've always thought, like, well, who wants a 3D camera? And I forced myself to remember that when the color television came, and actually took over black and white television, a lot of people said, who wants to see a movie on color? But the other day I was at this presentation in Sweden where this guy showed us family photos in 3D with us having glasses on, and you cannot even imagine the difference of seeing the landscape photos, the family photos with a dog, how much more beautiful it is. There is endless amounts of opportunities of innovating and creating, and Picasso once said that if you can imagine it, if you can think it, it exists. It might not quite exist, but you can create it. You can create it if you just give enough time to do it. Still 5 minutes, makes me worry again. So, the internet started 5,000 days ago, and today everything's connected. First we connected websites to each other, individuals started connecting to each other, then we started connecting links between the sites, and now we're doing what they call the semantic web, where we're linking words together, and soon we will be linking more and more products together. My shoes will be directly connected to the internet, as will everything else. And Kevin Klein calls it the one machine. It creates one big machine with total transparency, where everybody is fully open, and privacy is, as Mark Zuckerberg said, dead. Now, is that good? Everybody thinks that's good, hand up. It is an absolute nightmare. It is an absolute disaster. I'm really happy to see this mature audience not putting their hands up when I said that privacy is dead. Privacy is not dead. Privacy is not dead and not going to be dead for a very long time either, I hope. But we need to make a revolution. Everybody needs to stand up and say, no, we do not want this. And why is that so important? I just wrote this wrong, so I'll redo it. This is so important because this curve, which just symbolizes the growth of the internet, or the growth of social media, or the growth of anything else that we want in the world, the way that we have evolved since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution at the mid-1700s, all of that is happening all over again. But there's something that's really important. It's to understand what is an identity. Now, the Swedish are socialists. Most Swedes are socialists because we're born that way. We had socialism for 70 years. We believe that in Sweden, that an identity equals my number 63, 85, 14, 56. Does anybody here think that that really is who I am? Smart audience, no socialists. Why do I have a number? It's because the state, they want to spy on me and they want to tell me who I am, how many kids I have, and how much money I make, and how much tax I should pay, and where I live. They want to control my life without giving me freedom. Now the problem with the engineering side is if you ask any engineer, do I have any engineers here? Quite a lot. If you ask any engineer, what is an internet identity, an identity on the internet, they will all have also the IP number. Why? Because they want to spy on you, build a profile, they want to control you, own you, and force you to do what they want. Now, how many in here, everybody always talks about when you have brands, you have intermediaries whose purpose is to get the brands into the face of the consumers. How many here are consumers? Hands up. Well, I'm no bloody consumer. I'm an individual, I'm a person. I am a skier, a father, a husband, an entrepreneur, an angry politician, a Singapore lover. I'm 1,000 million times before I would categorize myself as a consumer. I consume maybe 10 seconds a day. Then 4 or 5 times I take up my bill and pass it over to somebody for something I buy. 90% of the times I know exactly what I want to buy. I've done it for the last 15 years. I'll do it until I die. 10% of the, maybe 80%, 10% of the time I'll ask my good friend, what do you think? Another 10% of the time I will open the magazine I out of my choice, want to read, and I will find the advertising that then supports the interest that I have at that moment, and I will look at that advertising as part of the content. I am a free individual. I am standing here today as I am, 100% based on my own decisions. My identity is the sum. This is a good equation. I have 1 minute. It's the sum of 100% of all actions and all decisions I've done in my life. It has taken me plus 48 years to become who I am today, and tomorrow I'll be slightly different. After all the good speakers here. If you believe in this, you understand it's my memories, my thoughts, my beliefs, my political views, my music taste, so it's my Flickr photos, my videos on YouTube, my music on MySpace, my relations on Facebook. Everything, I'm giving away my brain to corporate institutions to display, use, and benefit, profit from as they please. And this is going to get so bad that the movie Metropolis or the fantastic Gary Gilliam movie Brazil is going to look like nothing. 1984 is nothing compared to what we'll have. We'll have an evil 26-year-old guy in San Francisco owning the individual. Just like the brands say, we own our customers. So now you say, how many fields have been owned by the brands? No one, because we're free. But if I own you, and you're actually mine, and all value that you create during the day belongs to me. Even if we write a contract about a big house and a good ship, what do we call it? Slavery. Slavery was okay for thousands of years. And then somewhere around 1870, or something like that, I don't know the exact year, they forbid slavery in most parts of the world. There's still a lot of slavery going on, but that's another story. And since then, the world just exploded to where we are today. I'm not saying that 90% of all entrepreneurs are black people, but we were all free in this through democracy. In Europe, we lost aristocracy. The freedom of individuals creates huge growth in terms of innovation and entrepreneurship. Look at China. Once they went from hardcore communism to opening it up,